Okay, let's try that again. Can you hear me? Alright, fantastic. So, it is time for part 8 of the Canon Jobs New Game Plus playthrough. In our last installment, we completed all of the tasks necessary to earn the trust of the Catholic elves of Asgard, convincing them to reveal to us the location of Sid's derelict airship. Then we found out the dragon-infested ruin of the Stone Vigil, an Ishgardian fort that had fallen to their Dravanian foes in recent years, and found the airship at the other end of that fortress. The airship was in good enough shape to fly, but not in good enough shape to fly through a magically enforced hurricane and get to the primal Garuda. So we ran around doing a bunch of side quests, getting the magical resources that we needed in order to reinforce the airship, give it a barrier that could punch through Garuda's vortex. Then, having slain Garuda, we were surprised by the appearance of Gaius Van Baelsar, our nemesis, the commanding legatus of the 14th Legion, which has invaded Eorzea. He showed up just in time to kill Steel. You know, technically we beat Garuda, but she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come back for a second round." And we're like, "Oh no, can we beat her again?" Probably, yeah. That's kind of what we do. But Gaius shows up with his fancy new toy, the Ultima weapon, a salvaged Magitech war machine that is basically designed to eat primals as a power source. So he munches on Garuda, and he also munches on Titan and Ifrit, who were there because Garuda was herself planning to feast on them, and had her followers capture a bunch of kobolds and Amaljaw so that she could provoke them into manifesting their respective Titan or their respective primals. So yeah. Anyway, shit got complicated. The Ultima weapon chewed up the 3 primals like they were nothing, and we went, "Oh, well, that's some crap right there." Got out of town. Now we are returning to the Eorzean city-states, leaving Ishgard to try to see what the leaders of the 3 grand companies have to say about all this. I believe that's where we were. We'll find out. We'll find out as soon as the New Game Plus loads. Come on, New Game Plus, you can do it. Alright, where was our quest? In Ul'dah. How convenient that I'm nearby. I'm also now wearing the fancier but less cool looking Garuda axe instead of the Titan axe. Of the 6 elemental axes, I think the Titan axe is definitely the coolest looking one. A lot of these other ones either wind up being too ornate or too just kind of silly top heavy. Alright, where is my quest marker? It's up top. Isn't it? We'll assume. What the hell? Why isn't that giving me a proper marker? Is that down below? Aha! It's hidden in the airship docks. You think you're so clever. Well, I can't remember where the actual airship dock entrance is up here, so I'm just going to teleport straight to it. Okay. Reclamation. Now is ready to return to the Waking Sands. It is past time that we return to the Waking Sands. To leave our headquarters in disrepair any longer would be to dishonor the memory of those who fell there. We have been brought to our knees, but we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. Okay, cool. I guess we can go and scrub all the blood and guts out of the stones. That'll be fun. Have I got... Yep, my random mounts. I like that the Endwalker mounts have new music, and I kind of wish they would give different music to a lot of the older mounts. Like the generic mount music is fine, but like more than half of my mounts use it, and it gets kind of tiresome. Excuse me, coming to town. Riding a big gnarly dinosaur with a fucked up predator mouth. Like, how do you even bite stuff? Oh. I guess you got some cutting chompers. And then you got those big things up front for removing staples from documents. Okay. Anyway, let's turn up the game volume. So I play with it pretty low. So I do a lot of my gaming late at night when I don't want to bother my roommates. I had no idea, Siege. I can only imagine how you felt when you returned that day. Yep, shit was fucked. Tell me, Siege, does aught here strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have trespassers? Mayhap it's just my imagination. Come, let us proceed into the solar. That was a hell of a quest, kid. Wait. Be sneaky. Who goes there? Now, Ida. Is that any way to greet a friend? Alphino! Siege! Sid? Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Ida. I don't believe it. I was sure you'd been... This place has seen better days. You know, I wasn't actually here when I was still in talks at the Adder's Nest. The first I knew about it was when I came back and I saw Ida. The church had taken care of the bodies, but that still left the stains. It was hard to know where to start. If Y'shtola hadn't been here to help me... Y'shtola is here too. Yes, but she's not here right now. She's gone to Ul'dah to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Papalimo and Minfilia weren't among the dead, according to the church. Y'shtola thinks they were taken somewhere. On the orders of the Black Wolf, no doubt. Why would he want them? Because they possess something he desires. Knowledge of another power that can be brought to bear against the primals. One that Gaius has yet to harness. The Echo. Gaius will be aware of its existence, as well as the immunity it grants the gifted to the primal's influence. Powerful though his Allagan weapon may be, he would doubtless desire such protection. He means to use Minfilia to gain an understanding of the Echo. None of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of the Waking Sands in the first place. No matter. The Empire has shown its hand, and now we must act. It's up to us to rebuild the Scions and save Eorzea. Can I count on you, Ida? You're not the boss of me, wiener kid. I mean, what? Oh yes! Yes, of course, whatever you need. We can discuss our next move upon Y'shtola's return. For now, I say we rest. This is not comfortable. This giant axe.
Feel. Think.
The Canon for Captain Siege Zabak, he is flashing back to seeing the skies over Bolgia Citadel.
Of light.
That's where he experienced his vision of the meteors.
The crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Rhitahtyn, all made one. Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attends. The crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution,
I read that book in high school.
child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
But you didn't think I could read. I can read. Y'shtola! Siege. I see you and Alphino are safe. And Sid. That we five should meet each other thus defies simple explanation. It's as if the benevolent hand of Master Louisoix guides us still. He would not see us undone so easily. Not now, when the need is so great. I know where Minfilia and the others are being held. Where? An Imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordona, Castrum Centri. Alright, let's see what everybody has to say. Gaius may have called it a weapon of ancient Allag, but I saw extensive Magitech modifications. An Imperial Castrum. 'Twas to be expected, I suppose. All right, let's do this. Let's go and rescue Minfilia and the others. Casing the Castrum. Y'shtola wishes to discuss the fate of the prisoners being held at Castrum Centri. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Siege. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial Castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that Castrum Centri houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we're to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy. And if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portelaine of House Durandare. He's stationed at the Observatorium in Corthus. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. I don't want to go back to Corthus. It's cold. And I'm not wearing a real shirt. Oh well. Drop by, give Harshiphant a booty call. Harshiphant! I rode this giant dandelion from outer space just to make out with you. How you doing, buddy? Your service to House Fortams will not be forgotten, my friend. If you ever have need of me, do not hesitate to ask. Okay, I guess you got no dialogue about my current business. Well, that was productive! Magic goat, magic goat. Flying off through the Kirkus snow. Any fight? No, they're just for looks. Look out, it's my flying magic goat. Portelaine, you useless sack of crap. Give me some intel. Ah, Siege. The man who unmasked the heretic in our midst. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? You're an associate of Y'shtola, but of course. Mordrillimont confided to me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Castrum Centri, what interest have you all in the Imperials? They hold several of our number, whom we intend to free. Any information you can provide would be greatly appreciated. I see. I'd explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum. A Huron woman, an Elysian man, and 2 Lalafels, 1 male, 1 female. It's them! It has to be! Minfilia, Oriange, Papalimo, and Tataru. If that scant morsel is of use to you, you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. Incident? An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Kurthis not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, a Rogadin and a Lalafell, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? A Rogadin and a Lalafell, Garland. Neither wore Imperial, and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue. Hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those 2 rascals to escape. We must find them, Siege, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they're captured or killed, and if Biggs were given the chance, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Centri will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, it's an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It's likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your now. Well, cool. Good to know that that the Holy See of Ishgard is just chill with letting Imperial soldiers run rampant in their territory unless we show up specifically to do work. But okay, great. If, as has been suggested, the Garleans took our fellow Scions prisoner in hope of understanding the Echo, it seems reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not Scions, nor do they know aught of the Echo. As Lord Portalaine said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Sounds good. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. Oh. The 4 Power Rangers of the Apocalypse. Duh. Duh. Look at our evil robot. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the culmination of 5 long years of painstaking work. But all our efforts will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they so desperately crave, in which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord, rest assured our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Rhitahtyn, you depart for Castrum Occidens at midnight. You will command the Western Front in Vilbrand. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not. My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet, forgive my impudence, But is it proper to give command of half our forces to a... I have given you nothing, Perfectus. You've earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. My quarters. 1 hour. God, yuck. Yuck, dude. Yuck. Eyes on the Empire. Lord Portalane would like to aid in your search for Biggs and Wedge. My purpose here is to reconnoiter Garlean activity along Abelathia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with Y'shtola. Now, the report of the Imperial airship's emergency landing came to us by way of Zemael Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Brissel, may be able to tell you more. So as to explain your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you will soon be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. One feels too big. Okay. This is the best and most comfortable mount. You stand before Zemael Darkhold, the subterranean fortress excavated by the great Ishgardian house of the same name. Authorized may enter. I don't want to go into your Darkhold, man. Just give me the intel. Portalane. So, you've come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men, captives by all accounts, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since been sighted in the area, seeking to recapture them. What? The captives are like to be your friends, you say? Then let us pray that they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near the Orem Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Pheromones. He should be able to assist you. I wonder how much of this quest was designed just to make us aware of these two alt dungeons. I don't want to ride the Nearpod anymore. Some other mount come through the Mount Roulette. This is awkward and it's making me look foolish in front of the other scions. Even if the music is banging. The Imperial airship. Aye, I saw it approach to land with my own 2 eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again, but not before it had deployed a detachment of troops. Gruff orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation about them. What's going on? Oh, there must be a rare monster out. There were prisoners aboard the airship, it seems, and they seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. Indians who were deployed formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness. In order to alert our forces, I returned to my post to find evidence that someone had been here in my absence. Whoever they were, they tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of footprints, one large and one small. If you search the area, mayhap you'll be able to follow the prints to their owners. Ooh, footprints. Exciting. .3. Ooh, are they actually fighting that? I might take a break from running this quest if there's actually people fighting the Cyclops. I've been trying to get that achievement for quite a while. Actually, I think I already have that one, but you know, it never hurts to help out. Is there anybody else around? Ahoy! Nope, nobody's actually fighting stuff there. Okay. I guess that person is just calling it out just to be helpful. So we will ride backwards and complete the quest. Okay. They were just marking out the B rank hunt. That is helpful of them. Alright. Back to the chase. Footprints, footprints. Tiny little footprints. Excuse me, Stone Wolf, have you seen anybody? No. Okay. It made kind of a pathetic noise and made me feel bad about killing it. Oh well. If you didn't want me to hit you with an axe, then you shouldn't have had interactable hit points. All these NPCs in town never get hit with an axe. You know why? Because I can't. Because the video game won't let me. Boo-hoo. My man Wedge. So cold. I want to go home. What's up? You dead? Ah, please don't eat me. I'm not nearly as succulent as I look. It's all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Oh. Siege, it's you. Thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. The Garleans were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. I was so hell-bent on evading them, I almost ran headlong into a monster's gaping maw thrice. And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. Well, I got some beef jerky in my pocket, but I don't think you want to eat it. Biggs! He isn't here. He went off in a different direction to lure our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Track down Wedge. That's wonderful news. And what of Biggs? I can't do everything, man. I see. Well, it hardly surprises me that the big fella went off as he did. For all the tongue lashings he gives Wedge, he's always taking care of him. I've scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold, but have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact that Biggs headed west. With both Ida and Ishtola helping out, I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there. Terra, I hope? Was that Master Garland you spoke with? Oh yeah, he's not dead. He's been hiding out as a gravedigger for fun. Whee! After 5 long years, thank goodness he's alive. Now, Siege, let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. Yeah, let's do exactly that. That sounds like a great plan. Let's get back to the road. Sorry, dude on the road, but I can't help you with your lightning monster problems. I'm on a mission. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What's this corner of the realm? This guy. I found him under the bridge, dripping wet, smelling like fish. Oh, it would seem your companions caught a chill. Come and warm yourself with a fire. How are we feeling now, then? Stay here as long as you need. Thank you. The same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have had a hard journey ahead. 'Tis plain you have a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. Yeah, I'm all good. Monumental hopes. Wedge is gravely concerned for his missing companion. I'm fine now, thanks to you, but I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone in the cold. He's on his heels. He lured the enemy away from me for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Siege, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. Maybe. A Rhitahtyn gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, but he didn't come by here. Let me think for a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it Gaze, and it may be worth the while to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort. Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, mayhap he elected to by. Maybe. Or maybe this is just a runaround to sneak an extra quest worth of experience in. Oh hey, it's my floppy Muppet dog. Look at my haunted blue eyes. The eyes of an orphan Victorian child who died in a factory fire. Ooh, spooky. I run like there's a dude inside of me on all his hands and knees. Alright, goodbye, Sparkle Dog. I love you. This cave seems to be mostly plasmoids and spooky ghosts. Oh crap. Alright, come and get me, spooky ghosts. Let's all get close. Thank you. Woo! Thrilling. Which sparkle dog is this? The Siryu Dragon Snake God Sparkle Dog. Were you able to learn anything? Yeah, the music for a lot of those mounts, like for any mount that you win from a boss fight, the music will play the track that plays for that boss fight. So that's like the music that plays when you fight Siryu, the Dragon Snake God. And I gotta be careful of those because I got a copyright strike from some of the music, because I guess some of it Square Enix is not willing to have broadcast. Like not a penalty copyright strike, but like a you can't monetize this video strike. Ha, yeah. No, anytime I hop on a mount, the music is gonna change, but for about half of them, it's just gonna be the same generic tune. Anyway, was I? Well, that's the reason, I suppose. Seeing as he's trying to lure the Garleans away from me. But where within the sea of snow and ice could he be? Notorious Biggs. Wedge is determined to find Biggs. We can't give up, Siege. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is captured. There must be this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me. Ask anyone who will listen, and hurry. Big's chance of survival grows slimmer by the moment. Alright, alright. Calm your tiny Lalafell tits. We'll run up the winding stairs of this ridiculous... Like, what is the point of this tower? Why? I guess if you want the roof to look at stuff, but this just must be such ridiculous, inefficient to heat. Blah. Blah. I can't talk. I'm so irritated by this design. Anyway. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he's not to be found around here or in the vicinity of the Darkhold, it's possible he made for Whitebrim. To reach it, one must travel through Denifin Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, it's surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago, I near broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. Oh, hey. Thanks. Thanks for pointing out how stupid your tower design is. Good thing I can fly! No mortal man could survive such a drop. That sounds like a challenge to me. I don't know if you're aware, but the Warrior of Light cannot die to fall damage! Whoa! Crap, that's a tree! Ha! Where's my Porksy? Yeah, this is the music that plays for like half of my mounts, because they're not associated with the boss fight or anything. This is just the generic, you're riding a mount music. Siege, we found Biggs, but he's in trouble. in case you haven't been following along, which I don't blame you, this is like 30 hours of content now. Ida there is my one true love. She's an idiot who punches things real good. In this association of scholars and sages and sorcerers, Ida is here to be the muscle and has to be attached at the hip to Papa Limo, who is a tiny genius wizard, so that he can be the brains and she can be the brawn. But Papa Limo has been kidnapped and she's wigging out, so she's attached herself to your Stola instead. Someday Ida and I will be wed. We will have the hugest, stupid babies. Orders are to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Ah, Siege. It is well that you are here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Alright. Ida has the right of it. He'll perish if we delay. With me! Excuse me, Stola. I believe you are a conjurer. And I believe I am the warrior. I will set the pace for the attack. He's not alone! Kill them all! There's actually a whole special cutscene devoted to the first time you and Ida have a duel with each other. That is, like, I would describe it as erotically charged. Excuse me, stop hitting Ida. Everybody hit me. I'm the warrior. That's my job. Ugh. Sometimes these fight structures are frustrating because you'll defeat a wave of enemies and it won't give you like a second to breathe. It's like your reward for victory is more enemies immediately. Kill that guy. Kill that guy. Flawless victory. Now remind me, I'll show you the Ida versus the Warrior of Light scene some other time. It's high quality. Right, gotta get my Biggs voice right. For inexplicably, Biggs is the only Irish character in the entire cast. And Wedge is Liverpudlian. Everybody else is just kind of generic BBC British. Ugh. My thanks. Another moment and I would have. He's been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. Monument Tower, you say? Very well. Ida and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid will be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Oh, I love reunions. On the subject of character crushes, when I first started playing this game, I had a dream that my character confessed his love. And, you know, in the context of the dream, I was my character. I was you know, occupying the video game universe. But my character confessed his love to Y'shtola accidentally on the battlefield, and she was like, "What?" And ever since then, I've been intimidated by her. Whereas Ida, if I was like, "Hey Ida, you want to get married?" She'd be like, "Yes, with flowers and champagne and karate." Basically, everybody in this video game is hot. I said as we zero in on this acorn-headed munchkin. I cannot thank you enough, Siege. And the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are a family, are we not? Oh, yes, it's just I didn't think I'd ever see you again. I owed a lot of you my life. And you saved Wedges too, Siege. I'm losing count of how many I owe you. There is exactly one hot Lalafell who I will shamelessly, yeah. If we ever get to the point where Pippin shows up on screen, everybody's like, "Oh damn, that's the hot Lalafell." Pippin has that good hair. He's got that shampoo commercial hair, and he's all gallant and like chivalrous. Like, damn. I ship Pippin and the Sultana Nanamo. Anyway. For context, Biggs and Wedge work for Sid, and they have believed that Sid was dead for these last 5 years, while Sid has been an amnesiac, working as a grave digger at a church out in the desert. Biggs, Wedge, gods, it's good to see the two of you again. Chief, it's you. It's really you. In our hearts, we knew you were still alive, but to finally see you in the flesh. When Alphino told me of the raid on the Waking Sands, I feared the worst had happened. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Garleans get there so fast? I mean, the Immortal Flames should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day when I returned to the carnage at the Waking Sands, I noted naught amiss in the horizon. Nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this, I conclude that the Garleans came neither by land nor by air. Nay, they were borne there by potent teleportation magics. Magics of the kind used by the Asians. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded and bundled into the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, Castrum Centri. Upon arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together, while Minfilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard from them. Castrum Centri. Don't look at me. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but was probably moons or maybe only weeks. And then without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound for Garlemald, much to our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control, and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history. I'm Sid and I'm laughing. Ha! If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel? That will have been Biggs' handiwork, like as not. You always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Yeah. Everybody laughs. Ha ha. Siege, thank you for returning my dear assistance. Oh, that's Sid's voice. Siege, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilia and the others still want for rescue. Alright, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. Hurrah! Come into my castrum. Sid wants to prepare a strategy to rescue Minfilia and the other Scions. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Minfilia and the others. Gods know we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say that they're being held at Castrum Centri. So let us convene at Revenant's Toll in Mordona. 'Tis as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east, then south, will get you there. When we arrive, seek the advice of the local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. I will take the road instead of teleporting because this is the first time in this story that I have gone to Mordona. Ride my tiny little airship. Yeah, I can at least move a little faster by riding just above ground level. Yep. We make these tiny personal-sized airships for later on when we're punching through like a 1,000 dragons to get to their Dragon King and fight him. So we needed something kind of zippier and more maneuverable than a standard airship. And then after that, we recoup the costs of developing them by selling them to Sky Pirates. Welcome to Mordona, which is so close to Silvertear Lake, which is kind of so Silvertear Lake sits at the center of the continent and is kind of the juncture of all the magical energy that flows through the continent. And so it was a site of a major battle during the initial Garlean occupation, or the initial Garlean invasion, I should say. And that battle disrupted the magic flows so much that the sky is always all weird and gross and oily looking. But it has become a major hub for adventurer activity. And later on will become our headquarters after we abandon our old headquarters because of, the massacre and everything. Yeah, whenever there's a new expansion, Mordona is where it starts. Well met, friend. What brings you to Revenant's Toll? Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held captive in Castrum Centri, and you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The stronghold's been on high alert of late, with armored patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yalms of the walls undetected. If the Garleans were alerted to our coming, we cannot know what they will do to Minfilia and the others. We must act with the greatest stealth. Aye, it has to be a good old-fashioned infiltration. But with security so tight, how are we going to smuggle ourselves in? Why, I've a mind to walk through the front door. Huh? The front door? Aye, we'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we'll need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magitech armor, and impeccable tithing. Heh, that's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow the equipment. Knowing those Imperial bastards, they won't even suspect that we savage Eorzeans would think to use their technology. Then it's settled. Alright. If you're determined to go ahead with this, I'd recommend you speak with Glaumont. Whoa, what an unfortunate name. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire and happens to know a deal about Castrum Centri besides. I've no doubt that he'd want to be of aid. Ida and I shall go to reconnoiter Garlean activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we had the chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Siege. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Ida, are there ever times when you're not enthused? I'm nothing if not enthused, Y'shtola. You're beginning to remind me of Papa Limo. That's why I love you, Ida. Because there's only room in your brain for one thought. And that thought is, boy, I love punching things. Punching things is the best. She actually turns out to be a marginally more sophisticated character later on. But that's for many, many streams from now. Looking for Glaumont, are you? Well, you found him, whoever you are. Like, my dude, your name sounds like kind of horrible British slang for something that comes out of a sick person's genitals. Did you see that guy leaking Glaumont all over the bathroom floor? Anyway, yuck. Yuck. I'm gonna abandon that joke now. You're looking to get inside Castrum Centri, and you need my help. Something tells me we're gonna get along just fine. Sure, buddy. Getting even with Garlemald. Glaumont would like to aid in your mission to rescue the captured Scions. So you have friends at Castrum Centri that want for... That Slaffborn knows me too well. Ah, you can count on my help. Yeah. It feels like a word that comes from the same family as minge, which is a word that I only learned by watching so many British panel shows recently. Like, thanks, Great Britain. They're just... like, I don't know. Americans aren't good at swearing. It's one of the great defects of our flavor of English, that we just rely too much on shit and fuck. Like, no, those are good all-purpose utility swears, so I'll use them for everything. Like, no. No, I need some variety. No, the best English profanity that I've ever heard came from an Iranian cab driver that I rode with in New York one time, who was just like leaning his hard, like you could tell the guy was playing it up because you know, people riding around with him would get excited about having like a foreign person who they could talk to about current events. So he was like, I'm going to be as Iranian as possible without actually like reflecting the politics of the region. And so he would do, you know, all that, you son of a motherless camel, I hope that fleas eat your eyeballs while you sleep, like that kind of crazy shit. And I was like, yes, this guy gets it. Lay it out, brother. Anyway. Graumonte has some dialogue for us. I've got a score to settle with the Imperials, and I never pass on an opportunity to get back at the Whoresons. But enough about me. Let's talk strategy. Rescuing folk from captivity is a right delicate business. A single oversight, just one little blunder, and it's all over. Can't leave any room for uncertainty. For starters, you need to confirm beyond the shadow of a doubt that your friends are where you think they are. You don't want to risk your neck only to discover that they've been moved elsewhere. But how can you find out, you ask? By following these instructions. If you approach Centrae from the east, you'll see a swampland to your left called the Tangled. Get in there. Never mind all the marbles, and navigate your way to the southwestern corner. You'll come upon some drainage pipes coming down from the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know, but one of them leads back up to the command tower. If you listen closely, it might be as you can eavesdrop on some of the happenings within. Once we know for certain your friends are there, we'll move to the next stage of the operation. Now get going and Godspeed. These two guys, Glaumont and Sark Malark, are like weirdly prominent in this phase of the quest. That makes me think they're like leftover characters from the 1.0 version of the game before they blew up the world with the dragon. Speaking of mounts with music attached to them, I believe this mount is from the Tsukiyomi Moon Goddess fight. And the track "Wayward Daughter" is one of the most popular in the game. I think that's the name of it. Anyway. Oh shit, huge mosquitoes! What'll I do? Oh, they're jabbing me with their proboscises. It would be terrible if they punched themselves to death against my my retaliation field. Except for that poor bastard who can't get a hit in. Well, they're dead now. I killed them for you. The faint sound of conversation echoes down the pipes. What of the captive? Does she still refuse to speak? She may as well be deaf-mute. Information we've gotten out of her. The others aren't much better. The Ellison gets on my nerves most of all. Every time he opens his mouth, it's only to spout gibberish. I do wonder why. Or why is the Tribunus so obsessed with this Minfilia woman? They say she possesses some mystical power. Something we Garleans don't have. Mystical power? Like the kind to use? How am I supposed to bloody know? If you're so curious, why don't you ask the Tribunus yourself? I'll try to tumble her. I like my head where it is, thank you very much. Our break is over. Best we get back to our stations. The footfalls grow fainter until all is silent. Oh yeah, my crappy Magitech armor. They've got two variants of Magitech armor in the game. They've got the variant that looks like the official Yoshitaka Amano artwork for Final Fantasy VI. You know, the concept art. And then they've got this version that looks like the actual sprites that were featured in game. And a bunch of quests that we are about to do will deal with the other kind of Magitech armor. Report into Alphino, because he's practically my boss now. I'm 12 years old. Tis good to see you again, Siege. Conducted some reconnaissance. Tell me, what were you able to learn? So Minfilia and the others are indeed at Castrum Centri. Their presence thus confirmed, we may proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Sid took the liberty of devising a plan of action. Pray have the details from him. Good work, Siege. As Alphino has already told you, we've plotted out a course for the rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Glaumont is looking into ways to procure a suit of Magitech armor. In the meantime, I need your assistance for some preparations of my own. Minfilia and the others are counting on us, Siege. Let us not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. Drowning out the voices. Sid requires your assistance for his rescue preparation. While Glaumont goes about devising his plan, we need to see to some preparations of our own. It wouldn't do if the Imperials were to discover that they are short on armor. To prevent this from happening, I'm going to put together a makeshift communications jamming device. The explanation is likely to get a bit technical, so bear with me. Imperial forces communicate at distance via electromagnetic waves. Simply put, voices are born upon an etheric lightning energy that permeates the air. Now, the hill-sized cluster of corrupted crystals to the west has been observed to amplify the selfsame energy. By making use of this property, we should be able to drown out Imperial voices. To ensure that we have enough amplification, we must identify the most potent crystals among the cluster. For this, I need you to go there and use this device to take readings. I'll mark the likely places on your map. Oh, and just so you know, plasmoids are drawn to lightning energy. Don't be surprised if you run into a few. It's like, man, I was a Garlean engineer too. Oh yeah, my Shinryu dog. This is one of my favorite tracks in the game. Gonna ride around a little longer just so the Shinryu music keeps playing. Oh, whatever. This track is on repeat in my house anyway. Oh no! A plasmoid! Don't hit me. Alright, goodbye. It was nice fighting you. Or not that plasmoid. He fought honorably and well. But he was level 48, and I am level 90. There we go. And if I recall correctly, the... Oh, crap, there's two of them now. Yep. Not anymore. If I recall correctly, the fifth one is up here. I guess back when A Realm Reborn was a new reboot of Final Fantasy XIV, before they had any expansions added to it, Mordona was just kind of a ruins, and then they had like a gradual rebuilding process that the players got to participate in over the course of the first the first kind of follow-up storyline. No, hey, it's my my robot frog. Beep beep, ribbit. You have the readings? Excellent. Here. Let me see the numbers. Yes, 4 of these crystals should suit our purpose. So I pray that we won't have need of their power. My thanks, Siege. What's up, Glaumunt? Acting the part. Glaumunt wants you to practice the part of an Imperial trooper. Clean the wax out of your ears now. This is something I want you to preparation. The plan's to have you enter Castrum Centri all decked out in Imperial duds. But a disguise is more than just the clothes you're wearing. You also gotta act the part. At the very least, you need to know how to perform a convincing Imperial salute. First impressions are everything, you say. I could teach you the salute myself, of course, but it's best you learned it from the experts. So get yourself near as you dare to Castrum Centri and watch the Imperials doing what they do. My demon eyeball. Whee! Like, technically in this game, it's like super easy to befriend and tame demons, because when you summon them, they're so happy to not be in the void anymore. They're just like, sweet, yes, I will do whatever the hell you want me to do, just so long as you let me be in your dimension that's not a chaotic shadow nightmare where other more powerful demons are constantly trying to eat me. And less powerful demons are constantly trying to usurp me. Uh-oh. Whole bunch of soldiers. Alright. I love just using vengeance and letting enemies counterattack themselves to death. Derp, derp, derp. I'm a Garlean soldier. Her, her, her. Nothing to report, sir. I'm a Garlean soldier, too. We've received an anonymous warning that insurgent forces are near. Derp, derp, derp. We must redouble our vigilance. I shall recommend that patrols be increased. So again, that was a Garlean conscript. The Royal Sparkle Dog. You get the biggest, fanciest Sparkle Dog for collecting all of the other 7 Sparkle Dogs. And it looks all weird. And it's supposed to have 9 tails, but it has 7 tails! What the hell? What the hell, Square Enix? Look at that number of tails. That's obviously 7. You're gonna tell me that big one in the middle is 3 of them clustered together? I don't think so. I don't think so! I was promised a 9-tail Sparkle Dog. And I will not be satisfied until I am provided the appropriate number of tails. How dare you? How dare you? So, did you manage to learn the Imperial Salute? No. Best you don't demonstrate. I'm liable to fly into a rage and crack skulls. I'll just take your word for it. You've learned the emote Imperial Salute. Dressed for conquest. Sark Malark wishes to help you acquire the disguises you need for your rescue mission. You're called Siege Zavak, yes? I've heard of your plight from my friend Glaumont. As a fellow adventurer and son of Eorzea both, I'd offer you my assistance. In order to infiltrate Castrum Centri, you and your comrades must disguise yourself as Imperial soldiers. The question is how to go about acquiring the uniforms and helms. There are places a man might purchase them, but individuals who deal in such wares are not the sort to whom you should entrust your secrets. It'd be more prudent, I believe, to procure what you need via traditional means, from the bodies of the recently deceased owners. The fortified area before Castrum Centri never lacks for Imperial patrols. It ought not take long to obtain 3 sets of gear, 1 for each member of the infiltration team. Biggs, Wedge, and yourself. When you have what you need, please return here and allow me to inspect the spoils. I love running back to Mordona and back to Castrum Centri and back to Mordona and back to Castrum Centri and back to Mordona and back to Castrum Centri. It's my favorite thing to do. Behold my fancy lizard that I earned by befriending a bunch of fishmen. Actually, more than befriending, I was formally adopted by Clutchfather Noi. I helped those fishmen out so much that they're like, hey, even though you're not a fishman, you are a fishman. Congratulations. And also congratulations to this guy. I see you're an axe enthusiast. I'm an axe enthusiast. Let me show you my axe. Pow! I see you're, I don't know why I'm hitting you. Pow! I didn't invent a narrative, sorry. Full axe. Pow to you too. And I hope these respawn quickly because I think this other guy is also doing this quest. And I've just killed a bunch of shit. Alright, cool. How you doing, Lentic Mud Puppy? Whoa, gross. What the hell am I doing? Alright. Disappointing Sparkle Dog. Were you able to obtain 3 sets of Imperial equipment? Hell yes, I was. Damaged, as I had suspected. In their present condition, I fear these uniforms and helms are like to draw suspicion. Well, you know, I did kill the people who were wearing them with an axe bigger than you. So, yeah. They must be repaired, if only superficially. Fortunately, the blacksmith Eganolf at the Diamond Forge in Rowena's House of Splendors should be able to hammer them into shape in no time. I've already sent word ahead, and have been assured that he's expecting you. Worry not, we've already impressed upon him the need for utmost secrecy as to the nature of your mission. This used to be a whole sequence where I had to run back to the starting cities, to the Weavers Guild in Ul'dah, and then they were like, man, screw that. You're heading towards the climax of the game. We don't need to just waste your time by making you teleport around and watch loading screens. So, hey, hi. I heard that you are a blacksmith and that you can hammer all these axe holes out of these cloth tunics somehow. I don't understand the science behind it, but help a brother out. Yeah. Sure, the adventurer Sark Malark sent, are you? I've been waiting for you. Now let's see what you got for me. I see. Ah, yes. I reckon I can hammer these back into shape for you. After all, I owe your friend Sark Malark a favor or two. Took good care of old Eganolf back in the day. Before I fell, he did. He's the son of one of the wealthiest families in the Sultanate. Wouldn't expect someone like that to end up in the life he did, but I suppose he always felt the venturer's life calling him. But here I go blabbering on when there's work to be done. Just hold your horse birds for a moment or two, and the great Eganolf will have your gear looking good as new. And there we have it. Won't do you much good in battle, mind you, but from what I hear, that's not your priority anyway. Do send Sark Malark my regards, will you? That guy has the same character face as Kelly Turnbull's character, creator of the famed webcomic Manly Guys Doing Manly Things, who I have partied with once, helping her out with one of the Gilgamesh trials. Alright, Mr. Malark. If you had the uniforms and helms repaired, yes, these will serve beautifully. The great Igonolf never fails to impress. The quality of these repairs would fool even a legatus. Thus equipped, you should not have any trouble blending in amongst the Imperial forces. Lest you fear that the Garleans might detect your foreignness, foreigners in fact form the greater part of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea. You see, when the Empire subjugates new territory, it assimilates the people of the land into its armed forces. In turn, these conscripted forces are sent to subjugate faraway lands. In this way, Garlemald nips rebellion in the bud and expands its territory in one fell stroke. At this point in the conversation, Siege is having flashbacks to when he was conscripted as a 14-year-old in the city of Aligiri and sent to kill and or die on the Bosian front on the continent of Othard. With that, my part in your mission is done. I'm full glad to have been of assistance to your cause. Huh? Why would I, a wealthy merchant, wish to help you? I know not where you heard such a tale, but believe me when I say that I am but another humble adventurer, one who desires only to act in the best interests of the realm. Fool me twice. Glaumont has finally devised a plan to appropriate a suit of Magitech armor. Good work getting them Imperial duds. You'll be pleased to hear I ain't been idle myself. It took me long enough, but I finally hatched a plan to get us a suit of Magitech armor. And from what I've seen, Castrum Centri deploys Reaper for most of its patrols. Trouble is, the patrols themselves are irregular, meaning random routes and random deployments, and hardly any of them come anywhere near Revenant's Toll. So hoping to coax the Imperials out of the shells, I took the liberty of feeding them a bit of the old false intelligence. Told them insurgents had designs on their stronghold. It ain't far from the truth now I come to think of it. At any rate, we should start seeing more patrols than we have up till now. What you need to do is approach one of those patrols, dressed up in your shiny tin suit, and alert them to the enemy's presence. Having done that, you'll want to lure them as near to Revenant's Toll as you can. Like as not, though, they'll be wary of venturing far from their own walls. If they do need a bit of extra encouragement, use this smoke signal here. Filched fresh from an Imperial scout. They'll come running when they see that. And when the cavalry arrives, you hit them hard and make off with their Reapers. Simple as that. If I ain't mistaken, there's a patrol sweeping the perimeter right now. So run along, eh? Oh, and don't forget to salute. Oh, my apocalypse bird. The birds are the equivalent of the Sparkle Dogs from the Heavensward expansion instead of the Stormblood expansion. So these birds you get from the bosses of the level 60 expansion, and the Sparkle Dogs you get from the bosses of the level 70 expansion. And likewise, when you get all 6 birds, you get a super bird who plays the opening credits music. Anyway, goodbye, Apocalypse Bird. Oh yeah, I should put on my costume. I literally walk up to these guys, shimmering with my aura of berserker rage. Where the... Sorry, it was bothering me that all of my gear was unsorted. Okay. Yeah. Clearly dressed like an adventurer, wielding an axe made from the sundered essence of the Ixal primal Garuda. And I'm like, hey, how do you do, fellow Garleans? Where is it? Where is it? Imperial salute. There we go. One of our covert operatives, are you? Carry on. Huh. Insurgents gathering to the east, you say? Judging by your description, they're well beyond the perimeter. But I will not have it said that I was remiss. You return to the scene and keep an eye on those insurgents. Should aught go awry, use your smoke signal to call. Will do, boss! This is some sloppy-ass espionage. It's my ass in the air chair. From Bosnia. And also from the opening cutscenes of critically acclaimed single-player game, Final Fantasy XII. It's so uncomfortable looking. The entire reason this stupid motorcycle was designed like this was so that Fran, the hot bunny girl, would have her ass up in the air, while Balthier, her boyfriend, the sky pirate, was chilling on his throne behind her, looking like a pimp. It's goofy as hell. But if there's any two characters who were just cool and stylish enough to pull it off, it's Fran and Balthier. So I guess there. Time for a fight. Hope you don't mind my joining, seeing as we're seizing advanced weaponry. I thought it best to be on hand. Ah, there she is. Evil. This is the music of the Empire. This is the music of bad guys. Okay. That was shitty. This is the place, but where's the enemy? Sir, over there. Oh, no. I hope the Empire doesn't see us. Oh, crap. Send in the Reaper. Let us make an example of these insurgents. Also, one of those insurgents is clearly the guy who just walked right up to us and gave us the intel about there being insurgents. Is this a trap? What? Uh-oh. More Imperials. What am I gonna do? And now is where we're like, hey, we were supposed to capture that Magitech armor and use it, so I wish you hadn't hit it with your axe super hard. At last, a very own suit of Magitech armor. Huh. Not wishing to look a gift chocobo in the beak. It does seem rather the worse for wear, doesn't it? Biggs, Wedge, what's your honest assessment? Well, there's the fact that she's smoking, of course. But looking past that, I'd say she was structurally sound. Huh. I don't like the way these legs are buckled. I hate to say this, but the servo mechanism may be damaged. Eh? But aren't those things protected by an thick armor plate? They are, yes. It's odd. The casing doesn't seem to have taken a blow. I suspect we're dealing with a faulty part. Well, whatever it is we're dealing with, we're not resting until it's fixed. Not one wink of sleep. You got that, Wedge? Oh, cock chocobo. I heard that. The hall's been set aside for our use in Revenant's Toll. That's where we'll carry out the repairs. Look for us there, Siege. Okay, I am going to take 10 minutes, grab some lunch, and I will be right back. Let's get somewhere scenic. Before I do that. Ride my motorcycle right into Rowena's House of Splendors. Because Rowena is one of the most consistently unpleasant NPCs in the game. She shouldn't be there. One of the Doman kids still there? Well, anyway, that's an oversight on the part of the developers that kid is still there, because her whole crew showed up as refugees and then returned to their homeland like 2 expansions ago. Okay, we will leave you with a view of the Crystal Tower in the distance. And I will be right back. Okay. I return, having ingested nutrients, that I might continue my battle against the evils of the Garlean Empire. Behold, my Goobu! Forced to sneeze on command! Magitech armor. Sid and the others took it inside. Go on in and join them. He is a fancy boy. I have, I think, a version that has a wreath and a version that does not. I think. Where are you, Goobus? That's all my sparkle dogs. No, I guess I just have the one with the wreath. Okay. Now that I think about it, I don't even know for sure that there is another version. Anyway, we've now had time to take a closer look at the Reaper. Our preliminary diagnosis was correct. She's structurally sound, but her servo mechanism is faulty. You needn't worry, though. Biggs and Wedge will see her restored to her former glory in no time at all. Give those two something to mend, and they'll think of naught else till the job's done. It's a marvelous thing to behold, provided you remind them to visit the privy. Every little thing she does is Magitech. Sid would have you assist in the repair of the Magitech armor. The repairs are proceeding apace. It shouldn't be long now before Biggs and Wedge complete their work. There is, however, one small problem. As you may recall, the Machina's servo mechanism was discovered to be faulty. Wedge has subsequently ascertained that the Magitech core which drives it is worn beyond use. Such cores are rather fragile devices, which must be replaced at regular intervals. Thanks to the negligence of our Imperial colleagues, however, the one used in this Reaver was long overdue. Alas, we do not have access to a ready replacement here in Mordona. But all is not lost. Wedge thinks he may have identified an alternative solution. Go and see him, would you? He'll explain the details to you. As I believe the Chief has already informed you, the Magitech core is worn beyond use. We need to find a replacement. I thought about having you appropriate more Reapers, but even if the dunderhead maintenance engineers of Castrum Centrae had remembered to replace their cores, we'd risk arousing Imperial suspicion. But do not despair, for I believe there is a solution. To substitute the Magitech core with a mammoth heart. In case you don't know, a mammoth heart can be used to grant sentience to an automaton. By my reckoning, such a device should be more than capable of regulating the armor's servo mechanisms. We'll just need to make some minor modifications to the housing unit. I've already placed an order for a first-rate mammoth heart with the Goldsmiths Guild. All that remains is for someone to go to Ul'dah and collect it. Oh, and to pay for it. Did I mention how much they cost? No? Well, they typically cost something in the order of... hope you don't mind footing the bill. It's for a good cause. Thanks, Wedge. You're a classy guy. Fortunately, your good friend Captain Siege Zabak has 120 million gil. Alright, Goldsmith's Guild. Goldsmith's Guild. There we go. Hello there. Come to collect a mammoth heart, you say? Then you must be here on behalf of Garland Ironworks. I've taken the liberty of picking the finest example we have. A heart fit for a prince among mammoths. Payment won't be necessary. The heart is for Master Alphinaud's personal use, after all. He notified us a short while ago that his manservant would be coming to collect it. That fucking little dork-ass wiener kid call me your manservant. Gonna hold you face down in the toilet, boy. Tender in years though he may be, Master Alphinaud has been a benefactor of ours since my predecessor's time. The Goldsmiths Guild wouldn't dream of charging him. But here's the mammoth heart. May it serve you well. Oh, and please do pass on my compliments to your master. I'll pass something on to my master. Pass your compliments like a kidney stone. Don't even know what that means. But manservant, like hell. Alphinaud gets his shit together eventually, but it takes him a long time. Alphinaud! Your manservant now. Well, how about this? Okay, you're immune to damage. Cool. Good luck with that. Want to go in? Hardly needs saying, but try not to be seen. Do you have the mammoth heart? I can't wait to see if it works. I do. Hurrah! Thank you so much. But this is magnificent. Must have cost an emperor's ransom. Nope, just my dignity. Free of charge, courtesy of Alphinaud. Coming from an influential family certainly has its advantages. But without further ado, let's give it a try. I've already modified the housing unit, so it should slot right in. There, she's ready. Majestic armor, engage! Or not. Ha ha ha. She just needs a loving tap, I'll wager. Donk. Yes, she's alive! Let's take her outside and put her through her paces. Siege, would you care to do the honors? Sure. You're only making me drive it because you suspect it's going to go on a murderous rampage. And you want me to be ready to put it down. And that's fair. That is what I do. Hop into the pilot seat. We'll begin as soon as you're ready. First, I'd like you to try climbing that tangle of crystals yonder. As far up as you can go, if you please. Oh, and if for some reason you need to dismount, simply come back here and we'll start again. Okay. This rabbit lady has the toad situation under control. Did something just bark at me? Okay. Well. No anomalous movements evident from either leg. Good. Next, jump back down and then sprint north quick as you can. Whoa! Excuse me, huge frog. Leg joints absorbing all impact without incident. Excellent. Please make your way back, Siege. The torso remains stable during vigorous motion. Excellent. That concludes our test. Thank you for your cooperation. Here's a summary of my findings. The drivetrain is in sound condition. With some fine-tuning, we can expect a noticeable improvement in performance. As for the servo mechanism, I'm afraid it's not nearly as responsive as it should be, and I'm at a loss to explain why. The mammoth heart is in pristine condition and should be installed correctly. Perhaps its inner workings are simply too different to operate harmoniously with the armor's other mechanisms. Whereas Magitek cores serve only to conduct impulses, mammoth hearts enable automaton to process the information collected by their sensors as feelings. Maybe she just doesn't feel like part of the team. In which case, we should all do our best to make her feel welcome. You gonna make me say hello to this robot? Alright. That's exactly the kind of tomfoolery I signed up for. Robot, howdy do. Daft as it felt, I gave it my best. I've welcomed myself to a bloody standstill. What are you expecting it to do anyway? Bob us a curtsy? No doubt you're wondering why the servo mechanism is so important as to warrant this silliness. Without it, the pilot would be required to control the armor's every movement manually. This would be an onerous task at the best of times, and wholly impractical during battle. Using a mammoth heart in place of the worn Magitech core seemed a promising solution. Alas, the device does not appear to be compatible with Garlean technology. Wedge, are there no other ways we might demonstrate our appreciation to our friend here? Not my wit's end, Chief. She just doesn't seem convinced. We could try a little dance, perhaps, or cheer our heads off. Imperials! They've come for the armor. Damn it, they have us cornered. Whatever, there's 3 of them. There's the Reaper! Taken by the trade of Garland, and is that the Icon Slayer? Oh, bullocks. Reinforcements. Hells you will. That one Magitech device will get used for everything. For radio transmitters and for a coffee maker. Thing that Sid makes will look like that thing on, because the developers are like, why make 2 machines? We've located the stolen Reaper. Requesting immediate assistance. Respond. Respond! Hey, respond to my butt. It's no use, sir. There's some sort of interference. Curse you, Garland. No matter. If we can't reclaim it, destroy it. Bloody hell. Siege. Protect the armor at all costs. Okie dokie. Killing is what I do, and what I do is killing. Excuse me. Do not shoot my Magitech armor. I've had to do like 12 quests to get that thing. Thank you. Now the armor's like, oh, they saved my life. I love them. Oh, hunky muscle man with your dashing piratical eye patch. Let me be your robot girlfriend. Chief, look, she moved. Now she deigns to grace us with her presence. It took us a good while, but we're finally ready. It's time to infiltrate Castrum Centri and rescue our comrades. There, the finishing touch. Yeah, that's a super good idea. Put the logo of your trader organization right on our our stolen armor that we're trying to use as a disguise. The servo mechanism is now fully functional. And all it took was a simple fight to the death. Remind me not to install a mammoth heart aboard the Enterprise, would you? Much as I love her, I would rather not be required to profess it before boarding. But enough of that. Let's see to our final preparations. Thanks to Biggs and Wedge, the Reaper is good as new. We're as prepared as we're like to get. Escape from Castrum Centri. Sid awaits confirmation of your readiness to undertake the rescue mission. How go your preparations, Siege? We leave as soon as you're ready. I'm ready. I'm always ready. Ready to fight? Clamont, you came. I thought I'd give you all a roamer and send-off. It's the least I can do for the fine men and women what are about to make my lifelong wish come true. But we'll do our best. It occurs to me, for all the help you've afforded us, we know little and less about you. What did the Empire do to earn your ire? But I fear I put curiosity before consideration. I quite understand if you'd rather not relive those memories. Nah, not of mine, really. Truth be told, I was itching to tell you my tale. Mind you, it's hardly novel. I ain't the first to suffer at Imperial hands. Like most folk, I used to have a mother. She was a sweet, caring woman, and a smile never far from her face. There was a sister, too. Pretty little thing she was. Gentle as a lamb, but tough as nails. We were poor folk, living simple lives, but we knew happiness just the same. And then they took it all away. When Alamigo fell, they put my family in a camp. Being a lad, I was made to do hard labor, while my mother and sister were forced to do far worse. They hid their suffering from me as best they could, but I knew. And the thought of it drove me mad. We had to escape. So I hatched a plan to get us out of the city. We were picking our way around the gorge not far outside the walls when they caught up with us. And rather than allow themselves to be taken, Mother leaped over the edge before my very eyes. Heartbroken as I was, I didn't put up much of a fight. Imperials clapped me in chains and dragged me back. Some years after I escaped again, and that time I got away. I swore then that I'd get revenge on the Empire, and became an adventurer so as to hone my skills and earn the coin I needed. But nigh on 2 decades have since gone by, and what have I achieved? Bugger all, that's what. Not like you lot. You ain't been here 10 minutes, and you've already done more than I've managed in 10 bloody years. You give us too much credit, Glamont. We seek only to rescue our friends. Well, what's more important than that? And then he wrote it. After you got your friends back, you're planning on going after the Empire. And don't pretend you ain't. On the Imperials, every time I have, it's helped stave off my appetite for revenge. But something tells me you won't be going hungry for a while. Tells me I won't be going hungry for a while. Well, with everything you got planned. And you are sure that this will satisfy you. If you wish to strike back at the Empire with your own hand, you need only say the word. We'd be glad to have you with us. Tempted though your offer is, I'm afeard I must decline. I swore I'd get revenge on the Empire, it's true, but I've long since realized the front lines are no place for a man like me. Call me craven, but I prefer to think of myself as a realist. My talents lie in scheming, you see, not swordplay. Helping how I can make the most difference. But that's quite enough storytelling for one day. Let's not keep your friends waiting any longer. I'll be praying for your safety and success. May Raoul will give you strength. where the Empire miserably invariably follows in its wake. For the sake of all who call Eosia home, we must put an end to Gaius's ambitions. But first, we have friends to rescue. Biggs, Wedge, and I will lie in wait east of Castrum Centri, just outside the patrol perimeter. Join us when you're ready. Oh, and don't forget to wear your disguise. This will be the shortest rescue mission in history. Fun fact, I did forget to wear my disguise the first time I ran this. Alright. My Namazoos. What the hell? Did they not give me a new set of Imperial armor? Oh, I gotta actually talk to the guy. Okay. Huh? Lost your Imperial disguise, you daft sob. Lucky I thought to acquire some spares. God, and these ain't exactly easy to get a hold of. Be more careful with them this time. Like you didn't give me one. There. Now I look like a good Imperial. Ready to rock. Forgive me for saying so, but you cut quite a dashing figure in the Imperial black and crimson. Yeah, but now is not the time for jests. Let's review the infiltration plan. Castrum Centri lies just beyond. A short while ago, an Imperial patrol left to do its rounds. Alphino and I will create a diversion out here and keep them occupied for as long as we're able. Meanwhile, the three of you will enter the stronghold, posing as the patrol returning from duty. Should Alphino and I prove less distracting than hoped, I'll contact you via link pearl. Be ready to beat a hasty retreat. I have to use that animation at least twice. Wedge will lead the way with the Reaper. Stay close to him. I hardly need to tell you this, but don't do anything suspicious. Well, unless you wonder, Ida and Ishtola left shortly before you arrived. We planned that they should linger in the vicinity to cover a retreat in the event that Alphino and I attracted too much attention. The approach of an Imperial vehicle forced us to improvise. Don't be too disappointed. They did at least leave a message for you. Something along the lines of don't do anything reckless, if memory serves. Wise words. Alright, the Imperial Patrol should be returning any moment now. You'd best be off. Good luck, Siege. May the 12th keep you.
You have spirit. That I will allow. Yet you struggle to the benefit of none, least of all, yourself. This echo of yours intrigues us. We desire only to understand it, and for that we need your help. You wish to be rid of the icons, do you not? You would have saved yourself a great deal of torment had you accepted our aid from the beginning. Tell me everything, and I shall end it quickly. Refuse, and though you beg for death, you shall not have it. Which will it be? As you wish, my dear Minfilia. Unpleasant though it will be for all concerned, you leave us no choice but to employ more rigorous methods of study. Be so kind as to deliver the prisoners to Castrum Meridianum.
Yes, milady.
Alright. Oh, my apologies. I didn't notice you there. So engrossed was I in my task. You'd be engrossed too. Had the Tribunus commanded you to arrange for the prisoners to be transported? What prisoners do I speak of? You mean you haven't heard? Only the infamous signs of the Seventh Dawn captured by the Tribunus herself. If you don't believe me, have a look in the storage tower when next you pass that way. That's a fine salute. Part of the maintenance crew from the Oxidans, are you? Welcome to Castrum Centra, engineer. What prisoners? You've heard the rumors then. Yes, they're being held in the storage tower, but I strongly suggest you pay them no mind. You were summoned here to work, not to gawp at Eorzea's defeated heroes. Now show a bit of enthusiasm or I'll have you reported. Whatever, Dicurian. I outranked you before I went AWOL. Huh? Shouldn't I be at my post? I suppose so. But such things don't seem to matter anymore. I've fallen for one of the prisoners. She's all I can think about late. Am I a deviant for wanting her to salute me? Greetings, comrade. Forgive me for asking, but you haven't visited the storage tower recently, have you? Dropped something in there and, oh, who am I fooling? I'm falling for one of the prisoners, alright? I dare say you know the one I mean. The svelte blonde. Goodness, no. It's the Lalafellum lass I'm smitten with. She's so adorable, it hurts. I wanted to sweep her up into my arms and squeeze her till my arms ache. What do you reckon it would take to convince the Centurion to lend me the key so I can see her? Let's get the hots for Tataru. That's alright. Makes sense. Tataru is a classy lady. A dude could do worse. Ahoy, Bahamut! And welcome to rescuing the Scions. What's this? You need access to the storage tower. What business have you there? At the Tribunus's behest, you say. This is highly irregular, but it would not do to make my lady wroth. Take my identification key. See that it's returned when your errand is concluded. All you gotta do. Say Livia told me to do it, and everybody's like, ugh, Livia. Ugh, hi, Liv. Security's tight, just as we expected. We're gonna need a special key if we want to get past this bulkhead. Like this special key? Prisoners? They're being held in the storage tower. As you should know, soldier. Thanks. Time for fighting. No! Menphilia and the rest. Thank goodness they're safe. I am the one you want. Leave the others be. If you harm my friends, I swear I shall take my own life and you shall answer to your mistress. Tataru, we must do something. We risk letting the entire castrum know we're here. Hey, you're right. Well, we may not get a better chance. Alright, let's do this. Good time. This is the 3rd Squadron. What is it? A Reaper? Seized when? This came to light only now. Culprits will have left a trail. Take as many men as you need and scour the area. I want that Reaper found. Now's a chance. Leroy Jenkins. What the? Strike my last. Eliminate the intruders. That was certainly a hell of a fight. As usual. Oh, Siege, I was so scared. Sataru, if anyone hurt you, I'd burn the entire goddamn earth to the ground. It was foolish of you to come here. You might have been killed. But thank you. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not arrived when you did. I say, did you not see Thancred anywhere? I'm beginning to fear for the fellow. Oh, Thancred's busy. Don't worry about him. To linger here shall yield us no answer. Let us away, ere the window to our liberty close shut. Okie dokie. What did you say? Escaped? Then recapture them. Fail and I shall have your head. What have we here? The Tribunus herself. Just as you said, you have the eye of an Ahriman, Ida. Well, she's kind of hard to miss in that showy armor of hers. Cursed scions. How did you slip our defenses? With unexpected ease, if truth be told. There chanced to be a commotion outside the castrum walls, which allowed us to avail ourselves of the comforts of your vehicle. You stole us just being polite. That was one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever stowed away in. It's no wonder it's called the Phantom Train. No passenger would be seen dead on it. So you've scuttled in amidst the freight. You are. I shall be sure to have words with our rat catcher. Such negligence is unforgivable. That's far from your most pressing concern. First, you must answer for your own wrongdoing, Livia Sash Junius. It was you who led the raid on the Waking Sands. You who butchered unarmed men and women for the crime of being unworthy of capture. Our friends will never forgive you. Nor shall we suffer you to plague Eorzea a day longer. Betake you to your guard. More intruders! Protect the Tribunus! Confound it, Ida, with me. You gonna do karate at Ida? You best bring some stronger stuff than that. After them! Where is His Excellency? In the hangar, milady, in discussion with our guest. Alert him at once. Yes, milady. No. No, no, no! There they are. Fan out and surround them. Must protect Tataru. Big going in. See everyone to safety. No, Wedge, don't do it. Oh no. Siege, hold them off. I'll look after him in Philia and Tataru. Alright. Me and my bros. Uh-oh. That guy's invulnerable. Well, how the heck will I fix that? Perhaps. Papalymo says, "Oh, hey, there's a shield generator or something. Go take care of it." I think I shall. Excuse me there, guy. But you seem to have brought a magic wand to an axe fight, so, tough poop. Oh, there's two of them. But we should kill the other one at least. Alright. Final guy. Always seek the kill first. Congratulations to me. Alright. We're definitely not going to get to either of the 50 dungeons today. Not in the next hour. So I think we'll look for the next logical break in the story as a stopping point. And then do all the North Thanalan stuff leading up to the Praetorium next session.
Take the leader, kill the rest.
I'd like to see you try, bitch.
What the?
The Ashtola! Pray, forgive us our delay.
That right there is why I want to date you, Ida.
What took you so long?
Well, it's nice to see you too.
The reunion must wait.
Right. First things first.
Yes, let's get back to being heavily outnumbered.
You ditched your Magitech armor. Fool of a Lalafell!
Well, excuse me. She's all yours if you think you can do any better.
It's not that many guys. We have enough combatants on our side to have a match 2 for 1.
There's no one in there.
Like, why are we nervous about this shit?
This is Sid. Can you hear me?
I know, I could take every single one of these guys, and I bet Ida or Y'shtola could, too.
I need you to count to 5, then jump. Understood?
One, 2,
3.
4.
The next one. The number after 4. Bye, Maggie. That's the name of my Magitech armor. Don't worry.
I know
We'll see her again.
which is more pitiful. The charlatans who rule Eorzea, or the masses that clamor for their implausible panaceas. I see that which they cannot. This realm founders for want of a ruler with true power. The power to cast down icons. If you continue to deny this truth, it is the people who will suffer. Embrace reason.
What in the 7 hells? Oh no. It's here.
12 preserve us. They finished it. Ultima weapon.
So it has a name.
It is a relic of ancient Alag, excavated from its resting place deep beneath Alamigo. The Alagans used it to crush primal and foe alike, and now the Garleans mean to do the same.
Damn you, Gaius!
Look! There, beside the Black Wolf. An Ascian. An overlord, no less. His garb attests to that.
La Habrea. It could only be him. Thancred! He was La Habrea? No. No, this cannot be!
We have to go now! Hang on!
Thancred! No!
Listen to this cackling chump. My whole Twitter and Tumblr feed is full of people wanting to have sex with La Habrea. Like, have some standards, have some self-respect.
And to think that it was I who suggested that Thancred investigate the Ascians. How could I have been so blind? Small wonder the enemy knew our every move, and where to find us. Confound it all! No, this is not the time for self-doubt. The Alliance leaders staked their hopes on the Scions, but now they believe us all dead or missing. When they learn of the Empire's new weapon, we cannot be certain what they will do. must go and offer them what assurances we can that defeat is not inevitable.
Cryle, this is Minfilia.
The situation
I
may
am
have
in
taken
some
an
haste,
ill
so
turn.
forgive me if I seem brusque.
But the
item
battle
I
is far
requested.
from over.
Is it ready?
And so long as we stand together,
Wonderful.
there shall
I'm
ever
sorry
be
to
hope
press,
of
but
victory.
we need it urgently. How soon can it be delivered?
She's listening to
I am
Minfilia in the
your debt,
background.
my friend.
I believe she is ordering the white Orosite.
The people of Eorzea falter for want of such hope. Let us provide it. Let us bear to them the tidings that the scions of the Seventh Dawn are returned.
You're not even a real scion, dude. You showed up late. You gonna try to take over our party?
Matters are coming to a head. I hope we can count on you.
My regards to Grandfather. I am ready. Let us pay a visit to the Council of the Alliance leadership.
Hells take the Black Wolf and his new toy. Rally all available forces. I want them ready to move upon my word. And relay to Slafferson the order to sail. That is all. The Maelstrom stands ready. What of the flames? Ready as we'd like to be. I need only give the word to roll. Has there been no word from Ishgard? None. The dragons have got their tongues. Silent to the last. I was unwise to hope for better. What would stir the Archbishop to open his holy mouth if not this? And he claims the fury for his god. 'Tis bad comedy. The Holy See has made its choice. We will proceed without its cooperation. I believe we are all acquainted with the terms of the Black Wolf's ultimatum. We must agree upon a course of action. Not less than the fate of Eorzea hangs upon the decisions of this council. Ben Baelsar claims to wield the power to smite primals. Should we yield to him, he pledges to rid the realm of its false gods. Yet offer assistance, and he swears that we shall share the primal's fate. Pardon my bluntness, but I like not these choices. This is too great a decision for any one of our nations to make alone. Choose we surrender or resistance, we must answer as one, for if but one surrenders, the rest shall surely fall. Let us pray for the wisdom to do right by all our peoples. There we go. Just waiting for Minfilia to load. Thancred's plight troubles us all. Yet we cannot allow anything to come between us and our goal. So long as the ultimate weapon exists, Eorzea will never know peace. Let us go to the Alliance leaders' siege and help them to make the right decision. The Black Wolf's ultimatum. Minfilia is greatly concerned by recent developments concerning the Council of the Alliance leaders. Grim Tidings siege. It seems that word of the ultimate weapon's existence has already reached the Alliance leaders in the form of an ultimatum. They've gathered at the Fragrant Chamber and are deliberating their answer even as we speak. Beleaguered as they are, I fear they may well elect to lay down their arms in the belief that surrender will spare their people untold suffering. Yet nothing could be further from the truth. That which the Black Wolf offers will doom Eorzea, not deliver it, and the leaders must be made aware of this. Let us hurry to them siege and ensure that they do not act in ignorance of the consequences. Maybe I should take off my Imperial uniform. I think that's a good plan. Okay, cool. Actually, as we head into this final arc, before I go to talk to the leaders, I'm going to change uniforms. And I should have grabbed this before, but I didn't, so... Oh, no, what am I doing? What am I doing? It's in my glamour chest. Ah, well. The fireworks in the background are because the Moonfire Fair special event is going on. Okay, here we go. Duck into the inn. Oh, won't let me mod my glamour plate. Okay, well then I will finish this mission. And then I will mod my glamour plate. That's up. What the hell? The Council of the Alliance leaders is presently in progress in the Fragrant Chamber. I must ask that you step away from the door, sir. I'm sorry, you're here on the behalf of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. 1,000 pardons, my lord. Of course you may enter. Like, can't you look at me? I'm the hero of Eorzea. I am the God Slayer. I am the dude of might.
We keep treading the same ground.
Van Belsar's demands are clear.
Alas, our minds are not.
I've never been one to shy from a fight, but if this weapon of theirs can do all they claim,
It has been 5 years since the calamity, and our people have scarce begun to rebuild their lives. Can we now, in good conscience, call upon them to risk what little they have left? I would spare them the pain of further conflict. Conflict, I say, though that would imply forces set in opposition. If the combined might of 3 primals could not stay Garlemald's new terror, what meaningful resistance can we offer? We who struggle to quell the foes who rise up within our own borders.
Long have we fought the primals, but to what end? We strike them down at no small cost, only for them to rise again and again. Are we to play this profitless game for the rest of days? I, for one, grow tired of it. Mistake me not. I do not propose to trade one tyranny for another. I love liberty. But conciliation need not mean oppression.
By the 12, though neither of you cried surrender, your every word betokened it. Not that I deny there is truth in what you say, nor can I rightly claim that Ul'dah is ready to fight. Refugees flood our gates, and beastmen swarm our land, while the great and the good do nothing. My flames struggle to bear the burden. I put on a grand show at the Remembrance Service, made all manner of lofty promises. I've made good on not a bloody one.
Do not blame yourself, Rauban. You said only that which the people needed to hear. All present have done the same. Our citizens had become lost to hope. If our words serve to kindle it in them anew, better we speak than remain silent. Our enemy condemns us for failing our people. Yet what does he care for their well-being? To rebuild their lives. The Black Wolf built instruments of murder with which to end them.
Her Majesty speaks true. For all our failings, the people's well-being has ever been our foremost priority. While none among us ever doubted that the Empire would one day resume its war, we scarcely had means enough to solve the problems of the present.
Aye, which is why we look to others to safeguard our future. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn, alas, they are gone, and the Black Wolf is at our door.
Admiral! I fear you are mistaken.
Who is this sassy child?
Alphinaud, Minfilia, and 7 hells. Master Garland?
And you, player character.
Dear friend.
That's right.
Ralga, you're alive. All of you.
As we approached, I would swear I heard talk of surrender, but I know that cannot be. It is not the Eorzean way.
Hear me, my friends. Accepting the Garleans' offer to vanquish the Primals would be folly.
It's making me cranky how often, when the camera switches to Minfilia, it's centered on her boobs and then pans up to her face slowly.
Folly, I say. For might is not the answer to the primal threat. Indeed, the more the Empire exerts its strength, the worse matters will become. Primals enter this world when mortals call upon them, and mortals are wont to appeal to a higher power when they are desperate. Nothing is more certain to breed desperation in the beast tribes than the Garleans' proposed solution.
The true answer lies in a lasting peace. But the Garleans only know war and conquest. Should Eorzea fall into their hands, there will be such suffering as none can imagine.
We are not blind to the many challenges that each of your nations face. Yet you must not give in.
Remember 5 years ago when you wagered all for the sake of the realm? Remember what you fought for, what you were willing to die for. Let the memories rekindle the fire in your heart, for Eorzea has need of it again.
Come what may, we Scions will never give up the fight. And so I bid you stand with us, and together we shall safeguard the future of the realm.
A great man once said that a shrewd merchant grasps not for the quick profit, but invests in the future. Wise words, eh, Rauban?
Cid,
Your words stir and shame me in equal measure. How could I contemplate surrender? I know full well that all we have, we owe to the sacrifices of those who went before us. Yet the seeming hopelessness of our plight robbed me of my insight. We Gridanians have no love for war.
Unless it's for racism. We're all about if it's for racism.
Yet we have still less for those who would threaten our homeland. Ever have we fought to protect those things we hold dear.
Like the purity of the Gridanian race.
Shall never change. Gridania will go to war. We will fight the Empire for the sake of the realm and all who abide here.
At long last, I hear words worthy of a founder of the Alliance. Rauban, are we to be outdone?
I lost one homeland. The thought of losing another had blunted my resolve. But no man knows better than I that if you want aught, you'd best be ready to die for it. With great danger comes the chance for great glory and great profit. We Uldans who have turned sand into gold know this well. How many times have we fallen into the pit of despair, only to have you pluck us out? I've fair lost count.
Yeah, we're good at that.
Reckless, the lot of you, like bloody pirates. Well, I won't waste my breath trying to talk you round, on account of being a pirate myself. And the pirate who shrinks from a challenge is no pirate at all. Those who would pick a quarrel with us must choose. Back down, or go down with all hands.
That's why I've got your portrait hanging up in my bathroom, Merlib. You're a classy lady.
Let the Garleans come. The united strength of Limsa Lominsa will be waiting for them.
If our realm is to be free of this pall of darkness, let it be by our own hands.
For Eorzea!
Yeah, yeah. Fuck the Black Wolf.
We must needs consider how the weapons.
The Maelstrom will secure strategic points along the coastline.
In the meantime, the flames will deploy at...
Be at ease, my friends. You have banished our doubts. Pray leave the military matters to us, and retire to the waking sands. We will send word anon.
Yeah, go back to your base. That's all soggy with massacred people parts. Oh, is that a tiny anima? Neat. Have to get me one of those. All right. Teleport right in the chamber room. Flying shark. Flying shark. Suck my dick. Flying shark. Still no Tataru up front. I guess we're not advertising that we're back. Alright, let's chat with everybody first. We may have surmounted this latest trial, but the worst is yet to come. We must remain focused. I will not see our efforts wasted in futile regret. And as for Thancred, he and I have much to discuss. Instead of gratitude for coming to his rescue, Papalymo called me a scatterbrain. The next time he gets caught by the Empire, I'm leaving him to rot. Had I not intervened, that Garlean soldier may well have done for Ida. Lowering her guard in the heat of battle as though she were at an evening stroll, how much of a scatterbrain could she be? Well, at least we cannot fault her for being inconsistent. The counteroffensive to come will require the total commitment of every allied nation, as well as the flawless coordination of all forces. I pray the Council understands this. I understand you gave our fallen brothers and sisters a proper burial. I'm sure they appreciated it. When the Empire is beaten and all of this is over, let us visit them at the church. For many years, I dedicated my life to the research and development of Magitech, unable or unwilling to see the repercussions of my work. And though I've since left Garlemald behind, its scientists continue to build upon my work. I fear that this new weapon may be another example of that, an ancient relic enhanced with technologies I created. Yet even should that be the case, it would still require a brilliant mind to... No, he didn't. She hasn't said a word to me since the rescue. Was it all for nothing? Yeah, Wedge, you're gonna die alone. Good luck. Gataru is a classy lady, and you're kind of a scrub, my dude. Sorry. What's next on the agenda? We're ready to get to work. Nah, Wedge, you're a good kid. But she is out of your league, my man.
I cannot well express my relief to think that the Alliance came so close to surrender.
But the fire in their hearts has been rekindled, and they will fight to the last.
This warmth inside. Did you feel it too, Grandfather? I would know something. Was that your power at work earlier?
Nothing of the sort. The leaders of Eorzea had lost their way. I merely helped them to find it again. Oh, hello. Yes, our party returned just a moment ago. How close are you? It's all right, Sid.
We must needs plan our next move.
We
Pray
must
continue
needs
liaising
take a
with
shot.
your respective nations. Sid, would you be our man in Ul'dah?
I'll be whatever and wherever you need me to be.
We haven't a moment to waste. All right, let's do this.
Thancred's fate weighs heavy on my mind. I cannot bear to think of him in thrall to an Ascian. Mayhap you know this already, but the Ascians are immortal beings without physical form. Since time immemorial, they have fanned the flames of chaos from the shadows. That they might work unseen, the Ascians entrap and possess mortal men by means of malign artifacts known as crystals of darkness. One such crystal may yet be the key to saving Thancred.
This is a crystal of darkness.
A mere replica, created using data obtained from anomalous crystals found across Eorzea.
It comes to us courtesy of the students of Baldessian, our distant allies. Even for an Archon, Thancred's talents are exceptional. We all had complete confidence in him.
Yeah, Thancred's neck tattoos means that he went to the Charlayan school and got his PhD in sneaking and surviving. He is literally a Grandmaster of Metal Gear Solid.
It was for this reason that none among us foresaw the danger in sending him to investigate the Ascians alone.
Thancred had been striving to fill the void left by Louisoix. Yet, it was plain that he was overtaxing himself.
Yeah, he would volunteer for everything and work till he was dizzy.
And the toll taken by his exertions made him vulnerable to Ascian influence.
The crystal that binds Thancred must be somewhere on his person. If we could but destroy it, his Ascian possessor would be compelled to relinquish control over him. You have proven the stoutest of allies, standing with us through thick and thin. Yet the most perilous struggle is still to come. For the sake of the realm, and Thancred, I ask that you lend us your strength once more.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I got nothing else going on.
From the bottom of my heart. As I am sure you are aware, the realm was saved from certain doom 5 years ago by heroes known as the Warriors of Light.
Nope, never heard of them.
What you may not be aware of is that your many feats in service to the Scions have prompted folk to make certain comparisons. I must confess, you do remind me of them. Yet remember this, however glorious the past, it is the hero's lot to be judged on the deeds of the present. A new darkness threatens the realm, and the people cry out for a savior. I believe that you are he, a warrior of light, here in the present, guided by the crystal's will.
Sure.
Come, my friends, let us fight to safeguard the future of our beloved Eorzea.
Everybody nod in unison. Okay, cool. Alright, how much time we got? Got half an hour? Cool. Operation Archon. Minfilia would brief you on the Eorzean Alliance's planned counteroffensive against the Empire. All present? Then let us begin. We've received the details of the impending operation. In what promises to be the largest single counteroffensive in the realm's troubled history, the Alliance will strike at every Imperial stronghold standing upon Eorzean soil. As might be expected, the operation will be complex, but you need not commit its intricacies to memory. First time I saw this cutscene, I was intimidated as hell. I was like, I gotta keep track of all this shit. But no, my part is small. It's enough that each man understand his part and plays it to the best of his ability. Finer instructions you will receive at each staging point. To begin, let us review the distribution of our forces. From west to east, the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah, and the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania. Next, let us examine the location of the Imperial strongholds. Near Limsa Lominsa, we have Castrum Occidens, situated in eastern Vilbrand, and Castrum Marinum, which lies to the south and east in the midst of the Rotano Sea. Near Ul'dah, we have Castrum Meridianum to the north, and the coastal outpost of Cape Westwind, which connects Castrum Marinum to the mainland by means of a Magitech transporter. Near Gridania, we have Castrum Oriens, which lies upon the eastern edge of the Twelveswood. And finally, in Mordona stands Castrum Centri, a thorn in the heart of the forthcoming operation will see Allied forces assault each of the aforementioned locations, with the ultimate objective of destroying the Empire's new weapon housed within Castrum Meridianum. As one might expect of the Black Wolf's seat of power, Castrum Meridianum boasts all but impenetrable defenses. If we are to breach it, we must needs isolate it from its sister strongholds. To do otherwise would be to risk being caught twixt hammer and anvil. The operation will comprise 4 distinct phases all told. First, shall see us eliminate one of the Black Wolf's most trusted lieutenants, Rhitahtyn Sas Arvina. According to our intelligence, the Prefectus is due to visit the Imperial outpost of Cape Westwind for inspection. When he arrives, we shall dispatch an elite adventurer unit to eliminate him. Siege, we would have you lead this assault. Rhitahtyn is a peerless field tactician. Shorn of his leadership, the garrison at Castrum Occidens will be as a snake without its head. Phase 2 will see us sever Castrum Meridianum's primary lines of supply. As soon as Rhitahtyn's presence is confirmed at the coastal outpost, the Maelstrom will lay siege to Castrum Occidens. At that very hour, the Lominsan Armada, helmed by the Admiral herself, shall move to blockade Castrum Marinum. Meanwhile, in the Twelveswood, the Order of the Twin Adder will surround Castrum Oriens. And they'll have the Sylphs to help them. Phrixio's been waiting for a chance to avenge these ones. And that's all we'll ever hear of the Sylphs again. Phase 3 shall see us neutralize Castrum Meridianum's defenses. Forming our main thrust, the Immortal Flames will march against the stronghold with all their strength. While the enemy's eyes are thus drawn outward, another elite adventurer unit shall infiltrate the Castrum. Its mission, to disable the Magitech field generator which protects the Praetorium, a fortress within a fortress, wherein the ultimate weapon is believed to be housed. Siege, we would have you take command once more. Meanwhile, the Order of the Twin Adder will blockade the railway which connects Centri and Meridianum, preventing the timely arrival of reinforcements from Mordona. A wise precaution. The monstrous locomotive which runs back and forth between the two castra is capacious enough to transport a small army by all accounts. It is well the Garleans did not think to give it wings. Once Meridianum's defenses have been compromised, the operation will enter its fourth and final phase. This will see the immortal flames enter the stronghold and suppress the remnants of the enemy garrison, allowing Siege's unit to pass unopposed into the Praetorium, where they will locate and destroy the Ultima weapon. By this feat shall the operation be deemed a success. In addition to the Grand Companies, we can count upon the support of a variety of other parties, from the pirates of Limsa Lominsa to the monetarists of Ul'dah. In all, the operation will involve no fewer than 12 major factions. Legend holds that the Archons were 12 in 1 and 1 in 12. It's for this reason that our grand endeavor has been dubbed Operation Archon. Countless free companies have also pledged their swords and more join us by the day. At long last, all of Eorzea is rising as one, except for Ishgard, and except for the Charlayan colonies, and except for Alamigo, and except for the dragons and the Mughals, and the Jirabanian tribes, and okay, part of Eorzea is rising as one. The southern part, the part that we care about. As before, we Scions shall work in concert with the Grand Companies. Ida, Papalimo, Ishola, pray accompany your respective organizations on their missions. Urianger, I would have you represent us in Ul'dah. Reassure the financiers that they have made a sound investment. When that is done, pray return here and aid in the coordination of our forces. Which means, why, just like a couple of cutscenes ago, did we specifically ask Cid to be our man in Ul'dah? Tataru, please assist Urianger in any way you're able and ensure that everyone is kept abreast of the latest developments. Nymphilia, Cid, and I shall accompany the main host in an advisory capacity. It will be our task to analyze intelligence as it comes into our possession and make the necessary recommendations to command. As Alphino mentioned, you are to lead the elite unit of adventurers whose task it will be to see each of the operation's Archon's main objectives fulfilled. Yours is the most important role of all, and like to be the most dangerous. Pray choose your party well, and stint not in your preparations. The battle for the future of the realm is about to begin. Together, let us show the Black Wolf the power of a united Eorzea. Pray report to the Immortal Flames encampment situated to the north of here when you're ready to be briefed on your first mission. I cannot stress this enough, but please be careful. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Am I going to push on to Cape Westwind? Sure, why not? Why not? That's a fitting place to end today. Oh yeah. Wait, where the hell does that go? Oh, okay. Castrum Marinum's right over there. And that is Cape Westwind, directly ahead of us, with that little ring there. Nope. Mount Roulette. You're welcome, Siege Zabak of the Scions. As communications officer, it fails to your orders and provide guidance on forthcoming missions. Your first mission is to infiltrate the Imperial outpost at Cape Westwind and eliminate Prefectus Rhitahtyn Sas Arvina. All participating units are now in position and awaiting your arrival. Please proceed to the staging point and report to Lieutenant Adelbert. This is but the first step in our bid to purge the realm of the Garlean menace. I shall pray for your success. Cave full of ghosts. Don't spook my elephant. Oh no! So here's Siege Zabak, the fearless leader of the elite adventurer unit. We've been expecting you. Our Maelstrom friends report that Rhitahtyn Sas Arvina has departed Castrum Occidens a Belago. And sure enough, the convoy of Imperial airships landed here just now. The likelihood is high that our target was aboard one of the vessels. I've dispatched scouts to verify his presence before we strike. Command all units, requesting status report. This is Antlion 1. Target has not been sighted. This is Antlion 2. Likewise, target has not been sighted. Antlion 3 here. We've got nothing for you neither. This is Antlion 4. Nothing to report as of. Wait, disregard previous message. Target sighted. I say again, target sighted. Understood. Hold your position. Attention all units. This is Lieutenant Adelbert Cotter. The first step of Operation Archon begins with us. Should we falter here, all hope of victory will be lost. It's no small burden, but know that I believe in all of you. So believe in yourselves, and together we will blaze a path for our brothers and sisters of the Alliance to follow. We will create multiple diversions and disperse the enemy garrison. That should give you a chance to breach their defenses. Go now, Siege, and bring us Rhitahtyn's head. May Rhalgr grant you strength. People have been blessing me in the name of Rhalgr a lot, and I'm wondering if it's like a thing where your specific god that you select at character creation is seated in the dialogue, or if I've just been running into a ton of other Highlanders. Because this guy's a Highlander, so, you know, he's probably also just an Elamegan. Commence diversionary maneuvers. Also, this is the first time that I get to see what the fight against Rhitahtyn looks like. This used to be an 8-man trial, but it was incredibly poorly balanced, and it would take like 30 seconds to complete. I'm gonna fight my way through. Excuse me. Coming for your boss. I hope that's cool. I don't mean to make a fuss. Do. Anyway, this used to be an 8-man fight, but it was, like I said, it was balanced for, you know, what kind of equipment people had back then when it was brand new. And so, yeah, people would just completely wreck it. So they decided in the last patch that they were going to rebalance it as solo duty. So presumably I'm going to have like a squad of NPCs backing me up, since they were all talking about me leading an elite adventurer team, or else I'm just going to square off with Rhitahtyn all by myself. That's fine too. It would appear we have unexpected guests. Now, where have I seen you before? Ah, but of course, the man who felled the mighty Titan. This is the Icon Slayer? I see the commotion without is naught but a diversion. Allow me to hazard a guess. By eliminating me, you hope to undermine the garrison at Occidents. A bold strategy, to be sure. But have you the strength to see it to fruition? Leave us. None of you are a match for him. Send word to Castrum Occidents. Tell them the Lamensons are coming. At once, my lord. I want his sweet-ass gun shields. 15 years have come and gone since Lord Van Baelsar first set foot in Eorzea, yet his ambition for the realm burns as strong as ever it did. Know you what fuels an adventurer? The desire to deliver the people from their suffering. The lands he's conquered were all beset with problems. Poverty, starvation, lawlessness, and strife. My homeland was no exception. Had my lord not reached out and claimed it for the Empire, it would eventually have destroyed itself. But under his sage leadership, my people enjoyed such peace and stability as we've never known. And he only desires the self-same for the people of this realm. Under his rule, Eorzea would be free from the shackles which bind it, the shackles of false faith. There would be no feeble leaders to misguide the masses, no icons to bleed the realm dry. True peace would reign, and the people would be free to live their lives without fear of persecution or oppression. Should you doubt the truth of my words, I bid you look upon me. I am no son of Garlemald, yet Lord Van Baelsar saw fit to raise me to a station of great honor. He measures a man not by his birth, but by his worth. Such is his sense of justice. By the grace of his excellency, I am where I was born to be, upon the field of battle. He's given me a noble cause to fight for, and worthy adversaries to smite. I am not wont to bear my steel needlessly, but if you are deaf to reason... sorry, were you talking, buddy? In the name of Lord Van Baelsar, I, Rhitahtyn Sassarvina, do swear to strike you down. Let's see how this goes. I am still ludicrously overgeared, so it may still be a massacre. But maybe, I don't know, maybe they've made him mechanically interesting. Turn on my tank stance for no reason. And, axe to the face. Okay, so he's got some hit points now. Ooh, mechanics. Rhitahtyn, you stud. Oh ho! The shield! How clever of you. Perhaps you should have put it behind you. Alright. Well, it was a more interesting fight than it used to be. I'll give it that much. And I'm sure for a first-timer just coming through this, there's still more. Hey, good for you, Rhitahtyn. You have a phase 2. I'm proud of you, buddy. Y'all are actually making me use mitigation. Your convictions and courage will not be for naught. This I swear. Hell yes, dude. A real fight. Being all tricky. Look at you with your overlapping ground tells. You're a real boy. Ho ho. Was not enough. The future refused to change. Well, that sure was something. Good luck, dude. Oh, I heard some twitching. You are stronger than I expected. But I have my honor. I cannot. I will not yield. You got a phase 3, my dude? hardcore. Whew. He is being spicy. These vines. Hit me as hard as you can, man. Forgive me. I've failed you. Lord Van Balesar! That light. Huh. The Magitech transporter. Siege, are you there? What news of Rhitahtyn? Fallen. With this deed, you have our ultimate victory. The fading of that light presages an end to the Empire's tyranny. Rhitahtyn Sasarvina is no more. Let the next phase of Operation Archon commence. Hurrah! Alphino just riding my coattails. It's like, Siege succeeded at a thing. I'm gonna say something inspirational about it so that you'll all think that I should be a military commander. 'Tis I. Seems you've done it again, Siege. I'd raise a tankard to you, but I'm afraid we've no time to savor the victory. There's still the small matter of infiltrating Castrum Meridianum and destroying the Ultima weapon. I know. No rest for the preternaturally gifted. Now stop feeling sorry for yourself and make your way back to the Immortal Flames encampment. The communications officer will issue you your orders. I'll be waiting for the main host. Doodly-doo. Dark Thancred. Look, Rhitahtyn, your minion comes, bringing the light. Alas, the gate to the void already stands open. Soon darkness shall consume all, and you shall bow down before the one true God. Getting high on your own supply there, Thancred. Or La Habrea, whatever you are right now. The Prefectus, slain. Regrettably so, my lord, and at the hand of the Icon Slayer, if the Centurion who survived the attack is to be believed. Rhitahtyn. Where were his men when he faced the enemy? Fleeing even as their commander yielded up his last breath? If it should prove they questioned his right. I cannot speak for them, my lord. Beg pardons, my lord, but there is more. The Maelstrom has laid siege to Castrum Occidens. Likewise, the Crimson Fleet moves to blockade Castrum Marinum. So this is their answer. Very well. We shall crush them as we crushed the Icons. Go forth and show them the futility of their resistance. Yes, my lord. Scion Zabak, your deeds this day are an inspiration to us all. With the death of the Prefectus, Operation Archon has entered its second phase. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom moves to blockade Castrum Occidens and Castrum Marinum. And far to the east, in the Black Shroud, the Order of the Twin Adder advances upon Castrum Oriens. Already you have done much to advance our cause, performing such feats as are worthy of song. But if our plan is to succeed, more is required of you. Let me know when your preparations are in order, and I shall relay to you the particulars of your next mission. Alright. That is an excellent stopping place. So, next time we meet, we will proceed on to Castrum Meridianum and the Praetorium. Hopefully both in one go. And next time should be sometime this week. If not, then it'll be next Sunday. For now, thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a good time. And have a great day, Warriors of Light.